For the opening lineups, let's go to Dan Roberts.
For Michigan State University, wearing number 32 at forward, 6 feet 7 inches tall, senior from Detroit, Michigan, Gregory Kelser. For Indiana State, wearing number 42 at forward, 6 foot 7 inches tall, junior from East St. Louis, Illinois, Alex Gilbert. For Michigan State, wearing number 12 at forward, 6 foot 4 inch sophomore from Windsor, Ontario, Michael Berkovich. For Indiana State, wearing number 33 at center, 6 foot 9 inch senior from French Lick, Indiana, Larry Bird. For Michigan State, wearing number 15 at center, 6 foot 7 inch junior from St. Croix, Virgin Islands, Ron Charles. For Indiana State, wearing number 23 at guard, 6 foot 2 inch sophomore from Warsaw, Indiana, Steve Reed. For Michigan State, wearing number 11 at guard, 6 foot 2 inch junior from St. Louis, Missouri, Terry Donnelly. For Indiana State, wearing number 22 at guard, 6 foot 2 inch junior from Chicago, Illinois, Carl Nix. And from Michigan State, wearing number 33 at guard, 6 foot 8 inch sophomore from Lansing, Michigan, Urban Magic Johnson. Welcome, please, the head coach of the Sycamores, Bill Hodges. And a welcome, please, for the head coach of the Spartans, Judd Heathcote.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's UCLA versus Louisville for the 1980 National Collegiate Basketball Championship. Let's meet tonight's starters. The forwards, from UCLA, number 55, a 6'8" senior from Los Angeles, California, Kiki Vandeweghe. From Louisville, number 41, a 6'8" sophomore from Sylvester, Georgia, Riley Brown. From UCLA, number 35, a 6'7" senior from Los Angeles, California, James Brooks. For Louisville, number 43, a 6'6" sophomore from Hogansville, Georgia, Derek Smith. Now the centers. For UCLA, number 11, a 6'6" sophomore from DeRidder, Louisiana, Mike Sanders. For Louisville, number 22, a 6'7" freshman from Mount Vernon, New York, Rodney McRae. And the guard for UCLA, number 14, a 6'3" freshman from Pasadena, California, Michael Holton. From Louisville, number 5, a 6'4" sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, Jerry Eaves. And for UCLA, number 10, a 6'1" freshman from New Britain, Connecticut, Rod Foster. And for Louisville, number 35, a 6'4" senior from Louisville, Kentucky, Darrell Griffin. The head coach for the UCLA Bruins, Larry Brown. And the head coach for the Louisville Cardinals, Denny Crum.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineups for tonight's championship game. At a forward for the University of Indiana, number 30, a 6'8" junior from Galveston, Indiana, Ted Kitchell.
A big man with a great perimeter touch, scored 40 against Illinois earlier this year.
For the University of North Carolina, number 52, a 6'9" sophomore from Gastonia, North Carolina, James Worth.
He's Carolina's leading rebounder.
And a forward for Indiana, number 32, a 6'10" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, Landon Turner.
Turner scored 20 in the win Saturday against LSU.
And a forward for the University of North Carolina, number 30, a 6'6" senior from Gray, Georgia, Al Wood.
A record in the semifinal round, Wood scored 39.
At center for Indiana, number 45, a 6'9" senior from Anderson, Indiana, Ray Tolbert.
Bobby Knight says he's the most valuable player in the Big Ten this year.
At center for the University of North Carolina, number 41, a 6'9" freshman from Latham, New York, Sam Perkins.
Unanimously picked as the Rookie of the Year in the ACC.
At a guard for Indiana, number 11, a 6'1" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, Isaiah Thomas.
A consensus All-American as a sophomore.
At a guard for the University of North Carolina, number 21, a 6'2" junior from the Bronx, New York, Jimmy Black.
He was superb in defending Isaiah Thomas in the Carolina win earlier.
And a guard for Indiana, number 24, a 6'6" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, Randy Whitman.
And a second-team academic All-American.
And a guard for the University of North Carolina, number 11, a 6'3" senior from Vienna, Virginia, Mike Pepper.
He symbolizes the spirit of the complementary players.
Bobby Knight. And head coach for the North Carolina Tar Heels, Dean Smith. The Georgetown Hoyas and the North Carolina Tar Heels. For Georgetown at a forward, number 32, a 6'5", 185-pound senior from Potomac, Maryland, Eric Smith. For North Carolina at a forward, number 44, a 6'8", 210-pound sophomore from East Meadow, New York, Matt Doherty. For Georgetown at a forward, number 40, a 6'7", 180-pound senior from Washington, D.C., Mike Hancock. For North Carolina at a forward, number 52, a 6'9", 219-pound junior from Gastonia, North Carolina, James Worthy. For Georgetown at center, number 33, a 7-foot, 220-pound freshman from Cambridge, Massachusetts, Pat Ewing. For North Carolina at center, number 41, a 6'9", 224-pound sophomore from Latham, New York, Sam Perkins. For Georgetown at a guard, number 20, a 6'5", 190-pound sophomore from the Bronx, New York, Fred Brown. For North Carolina at a guard, number 23, a 6'5", 189-pound freshman from Wilmington, North Carolina, Michael Jordan. For Georgetown at a guard, number 21, a 6'3", 170-pound senior from Gastonia, North Carolina, Eric Floyd. And for North Carolina at a guard, number 21, a 6'3", 162-pound senior from the Bronx, New York, Jimmy Black. The head coach of the Georgetown Hoyas is John Thompson. The head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels is Dean Smith. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to University Arena for tonight's 1983 NCAA National Championship game between the Wolfpack of North Carolina State and the Cougars of the University of Houston. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For North Carolina State at forward, a 6'11" senior from Seat Pleasant, Maryland, number 41, Thurl Bailey. For Houston at forward, a 6'7" junior from Houston, Texas, number 22, Clyde Drexler. For North Carolina State at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Brooklyn, New York, number 43, Lorenzo Charles. For Houston at forward, a 6'9" senior from Houston, Texas, number 40, Larry Mishaw. For North Carolina State at center, a 6'11" sophomore from Bennettsville, South Carolina, number 45, Roselle McQueen. For Houston at center, a 7-foot sophomore from Lagos, Nigeria, number 34, Hakeem Abdul-Olajuwon. For North Carolina State at guard, a 6'1" senior from Glenarden, Maryland, number 25, Derek Wittenberg. For Houston at guard, a 6'2" freshman from Lamarck, Texas, number 20, Alvin Franklin. For North Carolina State at guard, a 6-foot senior from Washington, D.C., number 35, Sidney Lowe. For Houston at guard, a 6'6" junior from Houston, Texas, number 42, Michael Young. And introducing the head coaches. For North Carolina State, it is 12th season, Jim Valvano. For Houston, it is 27th season, Guy Lewis. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kingdome for tonight's NCAA Championship final game between the Cougars of the University of Houston and the Hoyas of Georgetown University. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For Houston at forward, a 6'8 freshman from Houston, Texas, number 41, Ricky Winslow. For Georgetown at forward, a 6'5 sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, number 40, David Wingate. For Houston at forward, a 6'7 senior from Houston, Texas, number 43, Michael Young. For Georgetown at forward, a 6'11 junior from Suitland, Maryland, number 52, Ralph Dalton. For Houston at center, a 7-foot junior from Lagos, Nigeria, number 35, Akeem Olajuwon. For Georgetown at center, a 7-foot junior from Cambridge, Massachusetts, number 33, Patrick Ewing. For Houston at guard, a 6'7 junior from Houston, Texas, number 45, Lee Getty. For Georgetown at guard, a 6'1 sophomore from Reston, Virginia, number 30, Michael Jackson. For Houston at guard, a 6'2 sophomore from Lamar, Texas, number 21, Alvin Franklin. For Georgetown at guard, a 6'5 senior from the Bronx, New York, number 20, Bill Brown. And introducing the head coaches. For Houston in his 28th season, Guy B. Lewis. For Georgetown in his 12th season, John Thompson. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rupp Arena for tonight's NCAA National Championship game between the Villanova Wildcats and the Georgetown Hoyas. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For Villanova, at forward, a 6'7 junior from Mystic, Connecticut, number 21, Harold Presley. For Georgetown at forward, a 6'7 senior from Washington, D.C., number 24, Bill Martin. For Villanova at forward, a 6'6 senior from Worcester, Massachusetts, number 33, Dwayne McClain. For Georgetown at forward, a 6'7 sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, number 34, Reggie Williams. For Villanova at center, a 6'10 senior from the Bronx, New York, number 54, Ed Pinckney. For Georgetown at center, a 7-foot senior from Cambridge, Massachusetts, number 33, Patrick Ewing. For Villanova at guard, a 6'2 junior from Paterson, New Jersey, number 4, Dwight Wilbur. For Georgetown at guard, a 6'2 junior from Weston, Virginia, number 30, Michael Jackson. For Villanova at guard, a 6-foot senior from Hempstead, New York, number 22, Gary McClain. And for Georgetown at guard, a 6'5 junior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 40, David Wingate. And introducing the head coaches. For Villanova, Rolly Massimino. For Georgetown, John Thompson. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Reunion Arena for this evening's national championship game between the University of Louisville Cardinals and the Duke University Blue Devils. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For Louisville at forward, a 6'7 sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, number 41, Herbert Crook. For Duke at forward, a 6'5 senior from Drury, North Carolina, number 12, David Henderson. For Louisville at forward, a 6'7 senior from Camden, New Jersey, number 55, Billy Thompson. For Duke at forward, a 6'8 senior from Scottsdale, Arizona, number 32, Mark Allery. For Louisville at center, a 6'9 freshman from Savannah, Georgia, number 43, Purvis Ellison. For Duke at center, a 6'8 senior from Rolling Hills, California, number 21, Jay Billis. For Louisville at guard, a 6'5" senior from Camden, New Jersey, number 20, Milt Wagner. For Duke at guard, a 6-foot junior from Falls Church, Virginia, number 4, Tommy Amaker. For Louisville at guard, a 6'4" senior from Ashland, Kentucky, number 42, Jeff Hall. And for Duke at guard, a 6'2" senior from Washington, D.C., number 24, Johnny Dawkins. And introducing the head coaches, for Louisville in his 15th season, Denny Crum. For Duke in his 11th season, Mike Krzyzewski. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Louisiana Superdome for this evening's national championship game between the Syracuse University Orangemen and the Indiana University Hoosiers. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For Syracuse at forward, a 6'9" freshman from Detroit, Michigan, number 44, Derek Coleman. For Indiana at forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 20, Rick Calloway. For Syracuse at forward, a 6'5" senior from Syracuse, New York, number 25, Howard Trick. For Indiana at forward, a 6'7" senior from Westchester, Illinois, number 24, Darrell Thomas. For Syracuse at center, a 6'10" junior from Athens, Greece, number 4, Ronnie Cycli. For Indiana at center, a 6'10" junior from San Clemente, California, number 22, Dean Garrett. For Syracuse at guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Washington, D.C., number 20, Sherman Douglas. For Indiana at guard, a 6'2" senior from Newcastle, Indiana, number 12, Steve Alford. For Syracuse at guard, a 6'3" senior from Rochester, New York, number 11, Greg Monroe. For Indiana at guard, a 6'1" junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, number 23, Keith Smart. And now introducing the head coaches. For Syracuse in his 11th season, Jim Boeheim. For Indiana in his 16th season, Bob Knight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kemper Arena in Kansas City for tonight's national championship game between the Kansas Jayhawks and the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For Kansas at a forward, a 6'4" junior from Washington, D.C., number 21, Milt Newton. For Oklahoma at forward, a 6'5" senior from Renton, Washington, number 44, Dave Seeger. For Kansas at forward, a 6'8" senior from Lawrence, Kansas, number 24, Chris Piper. For Oklahoma at forward, a 6'8" senior from Sparta, Georgia, number 25, Harvey Grant. For Kansas at center, a 6'10" senior from Lawrence, Kansas, number 25, Danny Manning. For Oklahoma at center, a 6'10" junior from Lawton, Oklahoma, number 33, Stacy King. For Kansas at guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 14, Kevin Pritchard. For Oklahoma at guard, a 6'1" senior from Dallas, Texas, number 14, Ricky Grace. For Kansas at guard, a 6'5" sophomore from Charleston, Illinois, number 33, Jeff Gelder. For Oklahoma at guard, a 6-foot junior from Garland, Texas, number 10, Mookie Blaylock. And introducing the head coaches. For Kansas in his 5th season, Larry Brown. For Oklahoma in his 8th season, Billy Tubb. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kingdome in Seattle, Washington for tonight's national championship game between the Michigan Wolverines and the Seton Hall Pirates. And now let's meet the starting lineups. For Michigan at forward, a 6'7" senior from Flint, Michigan, number 41, Glenn Rice. For Seton Hall at forward, a 6'7" junior from Melbourne, Australia, number 10, Andrew Gaze. For Michigan at forward, a 6'9" senior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 35, Loy Vaught. For Seton Hall at forward, a 6'8" senior from New York, New York, number 24, Darrell Walker. For Michigan at center, a 6'10" junior from Romulus, Michigan, number 52, Terry Mills. For Seton Hall at center, a 6'8" senior from Canóvanas, Puerto Rico, number 25, Ramon Ramos. For Michigan at guard, a 6'2" junior from Cambridge, Massachusetts, number 21, Rumeal Robinson. For Seton Hall at guard, a 6'1" senior from Brooklyn, New York, number 15, Gerald Green. For Michigan at guard, a 6'7" senior from Rosemont, Illinois, number 20, Mike Griffin. For Seton Hall at guard, a 6'3" senior from the Bronx, New York, number 23, John Morton. And introducing the head coaches. For Michigan in his first season, Steve Fisher. For Seton Hall in his 7th season, P.J. Carlesimo. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the McNichols Sports Arena in Denver for tonight's national championship game between the Duke Blue Devils and the UN Runnin' Rebels. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For Duke at forward, a 6'5" senior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, number 21, Robert Brickey. For UNLV at forward, a 6'8" junior from Pasadena, California, number 32, Stacy Augman. For Duke at forward, a 6'11" sophomore from Angola, New York, number 32, Christian Laettner. For UNLV at forward, a 6'7" junior from Dallas, Texas, number 4, Larry Johnson. For Duke at center, a 6'10" senior from Bloomfield, New Jersey, number 30, Ala Abdelnaby. For UNLV at center, a 6'10" senior from Washington, D.C., number 00, David Butler. For Duke at guard, a 6'4" senior from University Park, Illinois, number 3, Phil Henderson. For UNLV at guard, a 6'1.5" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 12, Anderson Hunt. For Duke at guard, a 6-foot freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey, number 11, Bobby Hurley. For UNLV at guard, a 6'2" junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 50, Greg Anthony. And introducing the head coaches. For Duke in his 10th season, Mike Krzyzewski. For UNLV in his 17th season, Jerry Tarkanian. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For Kansas at forward, a 6'6" junior from Santa Ana, California, number 24, Alonzo Jameson. For Duke at forward, a 6'7" freshman from Reston, Virginia, number 33, Grant Hill. For Kansas at forward, a 6'7" senior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, number 32, Mike Maddox. For Duke at forward, a 6'6" senior from Clifton Park, New York, number 22, Greg Kubek. For Kansas at center, a 6'9" senior from Englewood, Colorado, number 42, Mark Randall. For Duke at center, a 6'11" junior from Angola, New York, number 32, Christian Laettner. For Kansas at guard, a 6'2" senior from Clyde, New York, number 3, Terry Brown. For Duke at guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Lancaster, Texas, number 12, Thomas Hill. For Kansas at guard, a 5'11" sophomore from Reseda, California, number 30, Adonis Jordan. For Duke at guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Jersey City, New Jersey, number 11, Bobby Hurley. And the coaches for Kansas in his 3rd season, Roy Williams. For Duke in his 11th season, Mike Krzyzewski. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Metrodome for tonight's national championship game between the Michigan Wolverines and the Duke Blue Devils. And now let's meet the starting lineups. For Michigan at forward, a 6'9" freshman from Detroit, Michigan, number 4, Chris Webber. For Duke at forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Mobile, Alabama, number 21, Antonio Lang. For For Michigan at forward, a 6'6" freshman from Austin, Texas, number 21, Ray Jackson. For Duke at forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Reston, Virginia, number 33, Grant Hill. For Michigan at center, a 6'9" freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Jawan Howard. For Duke at center, a 6'11" senior from Angola, New York, number 32, Christian Laettner. For Michigan at guard, a 6'5" freshman from Plano, Texas, number 24, Jimmy King. For Duke at guard, a 6'5" junior from Lancaster, Texas, number 12, Thomas Hill. For Michigan at guard, a 6'8" freshman from Detroit, Michigan, number 5, Jalen Rose. For Duke at guard, a 6' junior from Jersey City, New Jersey, number 11, Bobby Hurley. And the coach of Michigan in his 3rd season, Steve Fisher. And the coach of Duke in his 12th season, Mike Krzyzewski.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Louisiana Superdome for tonight's NCAA National Championship game between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Michigan Wolverines. And now let's meet the starting lineups. For North Carolina at forward, a 6'6" junior from the Bronx, New York, number 31, Brian Reese. For Michigan at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 4, Chris Webber. For North Carolina at forward, a 6'8" senior from Roanoke, Virginia, number 34, George Lynch. For Michigan at forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Austin, Texas, number 21, Ray Jackson. For North Carolina at center, a 7' junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 00, Eric Montross. For Michigan at center, a 6'9" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Jawan Howard. For North Carolina at guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Garner, North Carolina, number 21, Donald Williams. For Michigan at guard, a 6'5" sophomore from Plano, Texas, number 24, Jimmy King. For North Carolina at a guard, a 6'4" junior from East Elmhurst, New York, number 14, Derek Phelps. And for Michigan at guard, a 6'8" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 5, Jalen Rose. And the coaches for North Carolina in his 32nd season, Dean Smith. For Michigan in his 4th full season, Steve Fisher. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Charlotte Coliseum for the NCAA National Championship game between the Duke Blue Devils and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For Duke at forward, a 6'8" senior from Reston, Virginia, number 33, Grant Hill.
Without question, the most versatile player we've seen in a long time in college basketball.
For Arkansas at forward, a 6'6" senior from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, number 23, Ken Biley.
A senior who's getting one of those warranted starts. Nolan loves his seniors.
For Duke at forward, a 6'8" senior from Mobile, Alabama, number 21, Antonio Lang.
He cannot get in foul trouble for Duke. The bench is not deep enough.
For Arkansas at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Russellville, Arkansas, number 34, Corliss Williamson.
Has elevated himself to one of the premier players in America.
For Duke at center, a 6'11" junior from Huntington Beach, California, number 44, Cherokee Parks.
Played 40 minutes on Saturday. Is going to have to give Duke 35 plus today. The knee cannot be a factor.
For Arkansas at center, a 6'9" junior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 15, Dwight Stewart.
They may call him a center, but this guy steps out and hits threes that are very valuable for Arkansas.
For Duke at guard, a 6'5" freshman from Fayetteville, North Carolina, number 5, Jeff Capel.
As Coach Smith said, he's no longer a freshman, now a sophomore.
For Arkansas at guard, a 6'6" sophomore from Ruston, Louisiana, number 30, Scotty Thurman.
A great player who is underrated nationally, but is a leader offensively for this club.
For Duke at guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Northwood, Illinois, number 20, Chris Collins.
Has got to make some threes early.
For Arkansas at guard, a 6'2" junior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 14, Corey Beck.
The heart and soul of the Razorbacks.
And the coaches for Duke in his 14th season, Mike Krzyzewski.
Two of the best in the business shaking hands, Nolan and Mike.
For Arkansas in his 9th season, Nolan Richardson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Kingdome in Seattle for tonight's national championship game between the Arkansas Razorbacks and the UCLA Bruins. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For Arkansas at forward, a 6'7" junior from Russellville, Arkansas, number 34, Corliss Williamson. For UCLA at forward, a 6'8" senior from Lakewood, California, number 31, Ed O'Bannon. For Arkansas at forward, a 6'6" junior from Ruston, Louisiana, number 30, Scotty Thurman. For UCLA at forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Lakewood, California, number 13, Charles O'Bannon. For Arkansas at center, a 6'8" senior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 40, Elmer Martin. For UCLA at center, a 7-foot senior from Prague in the Czech Republic, number 25, George Zidek. For Arkansas at guard, a 6'4" senior from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 12, Clint McDaniel. For UCLA at guard, a 6'5" freshman from Los Angeles, California, number 12, Toby Bailey. For Arkansas at guard, a 6'2" senior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 14, Corey Beck. And for UCLA at guard, a 5'10" senior from Long Beach, California, number 11, Tyus Edney. And the coaches for Arkansas in his 10th season, Nolan Richardson. For UCLA in his 7th season, Jim Harry.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Meadowlands for tonight's NCAA National Championship game between the Syracuse Orangemen and the Kentucky Wildcats. And now let's meet the starting lineups. For Syracuse at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 30, Todd Bergen. For Kentucky at forward, a 6'4" junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 23, Derek Anderson. For Syracuse at forward, a 6'8" senior from Rochester, New York, number 44, John Wallace. For Kentucky at forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 24, Antoine Walker. For Syracuse at center, a 6'8" junior from White Plains, New York, number 4, Otis Hill. For Kentucky at forward, a 6'10" senior from Evansville, Indiana, number 40, Walter McCarty. For Syracuse at guard, a 6'7" junior from Woodland, New York, number 35, Jason Cipolla. For Kentucky at guard, a 6'1" senior from Brownsville, Tennessee, number 00, Tony Dell. For Syracuse at guard, a 6'4" senior from Syracuse, New York, number 3, Lazarus Sims. And for Kentucky at guard, a 6'2" junior from Lebanon, Kentucky, number 25, Anthony Epps. And the coaches for Syracuse in his 20th season, Jim Boeheim. For Kentucky in his 7th season, Rick Pitino.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RCA Dome for tonight's NCAA game between the Arizona Wildcats and the Kentucky Wildcats. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For Arizona at forward, a 6'8" junior from Sebastopol, California, number 21, Bennett Davison. For Kentucky at forward, a 6'7" sophomore from Nashville, Tennessee, number 33, Ron Mercer. For Arizona at forward, a 6'5" junior from Seattle, Washington, number 23, Michael Dickerson. For Kentucky at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, number 34, Scott Padgett. For Arizona at center, a 6'11" sophomore from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 42, A.J. Bramlett. For Kentucky at center, a 6'10" freshman from Toronto, Canada, number 42, Jamal McLaughlin. For Arizona at guard, a 6'1" freshman from Phoenix, Arizona, number 10, Mike Debbie. For Kentucky at guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Boston, Massachusetts, number 5, Wayne Turner. For Arizona at guard, a 6'5" junior from Fullerton, California, number 34, Miles Simon.
Let's go, Miles.
For Kentucky at guard, a 6'2" senior from Lebanon, Kentucky, number 25, Anthony Epps. And the coaches from Arizona in his 24th season, Luke Olson. From Kentucky in his 15th season, Rick Pitino.
Well, for the final time as the public address announcer at the Final Four, the legendary voice of the Southwest, Frank Fallon, with the lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio for tonight's national championship game between the Utes of the University of Utah and the Wildcats of the University of Kentucky. Now let's meet the starting lineups. At forward for Utah, a 6'10" sophomore from Helsinki, Finland, number 13, Hanno Metala. At forward for Kentucky, a 6'5" senior from Miami, Florida, number 3, Alan Edwards. At forward for Utah, a 6'7" sophomore from Centerville, Utah, number 50, Alex Jensen. At forward for Kentucky, a 6'9" junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 34, Scott Padgett. At center for Utah, a 6'11" senior from Portland, Oregon, number 51, Michael Goliak. At center for Kentucky, a 6'10" junior from Chicago, Illinois, number 13, Nazi Mohammed. At guard for Utah, a 6'2" junior from Los Angeles, California, number 24, Andre Miller. At guard for Kentucky, a 6'2" junior from Boston, Massachusetts, number 5, Wayne Turner. At guard for Utah, 6'5" senior from Tooele, Utah, number 34, Drew Henson. At guard for Kentucky, a 6'3" senior from Peachtree City, Georgia, number 15, Jeff Shepard. And introducing the head coaches for Utah in his 14th year, Rick Majerus. For Kentucky in his 7th year, Tubby Smith.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NCAA basketball championship game between the Duke University Blue Devils and the University of Connecticut Huskies. Let's meet the starting lineups. At forward for Duke, listed at 6'8", a sophomore from Birmingham, Michigan, number 31, Shane Battier. At forward for Connecticut, listed at 6'7", a junior from Springfield, Massachusetts, number 15, Kevin Freeman. At forward for Duke, listed at 6'6", a junior from St. Louis, wearing number 23, Chris Carwell. At forward for Connecticut, listed at 6'6", a junior from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, wearing number 32, Richard Hamilton. At center for Duke, listed at 6'8", a sophomore from Peekskill, New York, number 42, Elton Brand. At center for Connecticut, listed at 6'11", a junior from Katy, Texas, number 43, Jake Bosco. At guard for Duke, listed at 6'3", a senior from Anchorage, Alaska, wearing number 21, Trajan Landon. At guard for Connecticut, listed at 6'2", a senior from Augusta, Georgia, wearing number 21, Ricky Moore. At guard for Duke, listed at 6'2", a sophomore, also from Augusta, Georgia, wearing number 5, William Avery. And at guard for Connecticut, listed at 5'10", a sophomore from Indianapolis, wearing number 42, Khalid El-Amin. The head coach for Duke is Mike Krzyzewski. And the head coach for Connecticut is Jim Calhoun.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's NCAA's championship game between the University of Florida's Gators and the Michigan State University Spartans. Let's meet the starting lineups. At forward for Florida, a junior listed at 6'8" from Miami, Florida, 00, Brent Wright. At forward for Michigan State, a junior listed at 6'8" from Troywood, Ohio, number 34, Andre Hudson. At forward for Florida, a sophomore listed at 6'8" from Mitchell, South Dakota, number 13, Mike Miller. At forward for Michigan State, a senior listed at 6'7" from Flint, Michigan, number 42, Morris Peterson. At center for Florida, a sophomore listed at 6'7" from Miami, Florida, number 50, Udonis Haslam. At center for Michigan State, a senior listed at 6'9" from Findlay, Ohio, number 43, A.J. Granger. At guard for Florida, a freshman listed at 6'3" from Sarasota, Florida, number 12, Justin Hamilton. At guard for Michigan State, a junior listed at 6'3" from Flint, Michigan, number 14, Charlie Bell. At guard for Florida, a sophomore listed at 5'10" from Fort Myers, Florida, number 5, Teddy Dupay. At guard for Michigan State, our senior listed at 6'2" from Flint, Michigan, number 12, Maxine Please. The head coach for Florida, Billy Donovan. And for Michigan State, Tom Izzo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's championship game between the University of Arizona's Wildcats and the Duke University Blue Devils. Let's meet the starting lineups. At forward for Arizona, a junior listed at 6'7" from Chicago, Illinois, wearing number 2, Michael Wright. At forward for Duke, a sophomore listed at 6'8" from Lake Oswego, Oregon, number 34, Mike Dunleavy. At forward for Arizona, a junior listed at 6'7" from Phoenix, Arizona, number 44, Richard Jefferson. At forward for Duke, a senior listed at 6'8" from Birmingham, Michigan, number 31, Shane Battier. At center for Arizona, a senior listed at 7'1" from St. Louis, Missouri, wearing number 3, Lauren Woods. At center for Duke, a sophomore listed at 6'11", from Tampa, Florida, number 20, Casey Sanders. At guard for Arizona, a sophomore listed at 6'3", from North Hollywood, California, number 0, Gilbert Arenas. At guard for Duke, a freshman listed at 6'1", from Slidell, Louisiana, number 21, Chris Duhan. At guard for Arizona, a sophomore listed at 5'10", from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 22, Jason Gardner. And at guard for Duke, a sophomore listed at 6'2", from Plainfield, New Jersey, number 22, Jason Williams. The head coach for Arizona, Luke Olson. And for Duke, Mike Krzyzewski.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Georgia Dome for tonight's championship game between the Indiana University Hoosiers and the University of Maryland's Terrapins. Let's meet the starting lineups. At forward for Indiana, listed at 6'10", a sophomore from Bloomington, Indiana, number 1, Jared Jeffries. At forward for Maryland, listed at 6'6", a senior from Raleigh, Louisiana, number 1, Byron Mouton. At forward for Indiana, listed at 6'8", a senior from Swayze, Indiana, number 43, Jared Ogle. At forward for Maryland, listed at 6'10", a sophomore from Whiteville, North Carolina, number 54, Chris Wilcox. At guard for Indiana, listed at 6'2", a junior from Noblesville, Indiana, number 3, Tom Coverdale. At center for Maryland, listed at 6'8", a senior from Silver Spring, Maryland, number 35, Lonnie Baxter. At forward for Indiana, listed at 6'5", a junior from Anacoca, Louisiana, number 32, Kyle Hornsby. At guard for Maryland, listed at 6'3", a senior from Baltimore, Maryland, wearing number 3, Juan Dixon. At guard for Indiana, listed at 6'4", senior from Clarkston, Michigan, number 11, Dane Veit. At guard for Maryland, at 6'3", a junior from Miami Lakes, Florida, number 25, Steve Blake. Introducing the head coaches for Indiana, Mike Davis. And from Maryland, Gary Williams.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Louisiana Superdome for tonight's championship game between the Syracuse Orangemen and the Kansas Jayhawks. Let's meet the starting lineups. At forward for Syracuse, a 6'8" sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 1, Hakeem Warwick. At forward for Kansas, a 6'4" sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas, number 5, Keith Langford. At forward for Syracuse, a 6'8" freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 15, Carmelo Anthony. At forward for Kansas, a 6'9" senior from Iowa Falls, Iowa, number 4, Nick Carlson. At center for Syracuse, a 7-foot sophomore from East Greenbush, New York, number 51, Craig Forth. At center for Kansas, a 6'9" junior from Lee Summit, Missouri, number 42, Jeff Graves. At guard for Syracuse, a 6'2" freshman from Scranton, Pennsylvania, number 3, Jerry McNamara. At guard for Kansas, a 6'3" senior from Sioux City, Iowa, number 10, Kirk Heinrich. At guard for Syracuse, a 6'6" senior from Bloomington, Indiana, number 13, Queth Duaney. And at guard for Kansas, a 6'1" sophomore from Portland, Oregon, number 11, Aaron Biles. And introducing the head coaches for Syracuse, Jim Boeheim. And for Kansas, Roy Williams. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, for tonight's national championship game between the champions of the St. Louis Regional, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, and the champions of the Phoenix Regional, the Connecticut Huskies. Let's meet the starting lineups. At forward for Georgia Tech, a 6'7" junior from Birmingham, Alabama, number 55, Anthony McHenry. At forward for Connecticut, a 6'5" sophomore from Lakeland, Florida, number 31, Rashad Anderson. At forward for Georgia Tech, a 6'4" senior from Germantown, Maryland, number 24, Marvin Lewis. At forward for Connecticut, a 6'10" freshman from Mount Airy, Maryland, number 21, Josh Boone. At center for Georgia Tech, a 7'1" junior from Hope Forest, South Australia, number 12, Luke Schenscher. At center for Connecticut, a 6'10" junior from Houston, Texas, number 50, Emeka Okafor. At guard for Georgia Tech, a 6'4" junior from Madison, Georgia, number 1, B.J. Elder. At guard for Connecticut, a 6'1" senior from Queens, New York, number 12, Talik Brown. At guard for Georgia Tech, a 6'3" sophomore from Fort Washington, Maryland, number 3, Jarrett Jack. And at guard for Connecticut, a 6'3" junior from Mount Vernon, New York, number 4, Ben Gordon. Assisting the Yellow Jackets tonight are Dean Keener, Willie Reese, and Cliff Warren. The head coach for Georgia Tech is Paul Hewitt. Assisting the Huskies are Tom Moore, George Blaney, and Clyde Vaughn. And the head coach for Connecticut is Jim Calhoun.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, Missouri, for tonight's national championship game between the University of North Carolina Tar Heels and the University of Illinois Fighting Illini. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. At forward for North Carolina, a 6'9" senior from Cleveland, Ohio, number 21, Juwan Williams. At forward for Illinois, a 6'6" senior from Joliet, Illinois, number 43, Roger Powell, Jr. At forward for North Carolina, a 6'4" junior from Asheville, North Carolina, number 32, Rashad McCants. At At forward for Illinois, a 6'10 junior from Mokina, Illinois, number 40, James Augustine. At center for North Carolina, a 6'9 junior from Bloomington, Indiana, number 42, Sean May. At guard for Illinois, a 6'3 senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 4, Luther Head. At guard for North Carolina, a 6'5 senior from West Palm Beach, Florida, number 5, Jackie Manuel. At guard for Illinois, a 6'3 junior from the Colony, Texas, number 5, Darren Williams. At guard for North Carolina, a 6'1 junior from Atlanta, South Carolina, number 2, Raymond Belton. At guard for Illinois, a 6-foot junior from Maywood, Illinois, number 11, Dean Brown. The head coach for North Carolina is Roy Williams. And the head coach for Illinois is Bruce Weber. Welcome to the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana, for tonight's national championship game between the UCLA Bruins and the Florida Gators. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. At forward for Florida, a 6'8 sophomore from Portland, Tennessee, number 2, Corey Brewer. At forward for UCLA, a 6'6 senior from Los Angeles, California, number 21, Cedric Bozeman. At forward for Florida, a 6'11 sophomore from New York, New York, number 13, Joakim Noah. At forward for UCLA, a 6'7 freshman from Yaoundé, Cameroon, number 23, Luke Richard Mbamute. At center for Florida, a 6'9 sophomore from Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, number 42, Al Horford. At center for UCLA, a 7'1 senior from Pasadena, California, number 15, Ryan Hollins. At guard for Florida, a 6-foot sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, number 11, Torian Green. At guard for UCLA, a 6'2 sophomore from Los Angeles, California, number 1, Jordan Farmar. At guard for Florida, a 6'2 junior from Maryville, Tennessee, number 12, Lee Humphrey. And at guard for UCLA, a 6'5 sophomore from Compton, California, number 4, Aaron Aflalo. The head coach for Florida is Billy Donovan. And the head coach for UCLA is Ben Howland.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2007 National Championship game. And now let's meet the teams looking to win their first title since 1960. Here are the Buckeyes.
Lewis lets it go!
Butler with a 3.
Lethal from outside. Can pound it inside.
Alley-oop, send it in. Gets to the 10.
Do not go in the paint.
Oh, rejected it. Oh, says no way.
Down to 2. Just 2.
Buckeyes buy a ticket to Monday night's final.
We are the Buckeyes.
And let's meet the starting lineups from The Ohio State University. At forward, a 6'7" senior, number 3, Ivan Harris. At guard, a 6'4" senior, number 12, Ron Lewis. At center, a 7-foot freshman, number 20, Greg Oden. At guard, a 6'2" junior, number 14, Jamar Butler. And at guard, a 6'1" freshman, number 1, Mike Conley, Jr. Now looking to become the first team to repeat since 1992. Here are the Gators.
The Gators, as good as it gets.
Florida. Fast and athletic.
Slam, bam, jam.
Very experienced.
Humphrey, deeper three. Hook it. Beautiful.
Again is Brewer. Coming up big. And another little burst. Yes, Horford. The Gators kicking in that extra gear.
And ready to repeat. We are the Gators. Them Gator boys.
And now let's meet the starters from the University of Florida. At forward, a 6'9" junior, number 2, Corey Brewer. At forward, a 6'11" junior, number 13, Joakim Noah. At center, a 6'10" junior, number 42, Al Horford. At guard, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Lee Humphrey. And at guard, a 6' junior, number 11, Torian Green. The head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes is Thad Matta. And the head coach of the Florida Gators is Billy Donovan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's NCAA championship game between the Kansas Jayhawks and the Memphis Tigers. And now let's meet the starting lineups. Kansas, the Midwest Regional Champion, is looking for its first NCAA championship since 1988. Please welcome Coach Bill Self's Kansas Jayhawks.
Deep in the American heartland, basketball heritage is ingrained along the Great Plains of Kansas. And this year, the tradition continues. Athletic, balanced, hard-nosed. These Jayhawks are flying high, setting school records. Tonight, new Kansas heroes aim to make more hoops history.
We are Kansas.
Starting tonight for the Kansas Jayhawks, at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Dallas, Texas, number 00, Darrell Arthur. At forward, a 6'8" senior from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, number 32, Darnell Jackson. At guard, a 6'1" senior from New York, New York, number 3, Russell Robinson. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Anchorage, Alaska, number 15, Mario Chalmers. At guard, a 6'6" junior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 25, Brandon Rush. The head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks, Bill Self. Memphis, the South Regional Champion, is looking for its first ever national championship. Fresh off their NCAA Division I record 38th win on Saturday night, here are Coach John Calipari's Memphis Tigers.
From the River City, nestled on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, the Memphis Tigers have rolled to a record-breaking season. Sleek, fast, unorthodox. No team has won more games in a single season than the men from Memphis. One more victory will net them immortality and a title.
We are.
Starting tonight for the Memphis Tigers, at forward, a 6'9" junior from Lithonia, Georgia, number 2, Robert Dozier. At forward, a 6'9" senior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 3, Joey Dorsey. At guard, a 6'7" junior from Detroit, Michigan, number 14, Chris Douglas Roberts. At guard, a 6'6" junior from Lynn, Massachusetts, number 5, Antonio Anderson. At guard, a 6'3" freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 23, Derek Rose. Head coach for the Memphis Tigers is John Calipari. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Detroit for tonight's national championship game between the Michigan State Spartans and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now let's meet the starting lineups. It's a short distance from East Lansing to Ford Field, but for the regular season Big Ten champions, it's been a long journey to championship night. One that has seen them transform into a team of giant killers and the pride of the great state of Michigan. Here are the Michigan State Spartans.
Blue collar, relentless, emotional. The conqueror of #1 seeds in its last 2 games, the hometown Spartans go for another one tonight. This is a team and a community bonded by one cause, to win its 3rd NCAA championship. The Michigan State Spartans.
Starting tonight for the Michigan State Spartans, at forward, a junior from Canton, Ohio, number 2, Raymar Morgan. At forward, a freshman from Euclid, Ohio, number 10, Delvon Rowe. At center, a senior from Lansing, Michigan, number 14, Goran Suton. At guard, a sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 1, Kalen Lucas. At guard, a senior from Lima, Ohio, number 5, Travis Walton. Tobacco Road has long been the epicenter of college basketball tradition. Nowhere is that heritage more storied than in Chapel Hill, the proud home of the Tar Heels. And this year, the tradition continues. Here are the University of North Carolina Tar Heels.
Ultra talented, high octane, aggressive. This veteran Tar Heel squad has driven through the tournament's fast lane with precision and speed. its stated mission to resolve some unfinished business, cutting down the nets and earning its school a 5th NCAA title. The North Carolina Tar Heels.
Starting tonight for the University of North Carolina Tar Heels, at forward, a senior from North Babylon, New York, number 14, Danny Green. At forward, a junior from Torrance, California, number 21, Dion Thompson. At center, a senior from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, number 50, Tyler Hansbrough. At guard, a junior from Clinton, Maryland, number 5, Ty Lawson. At guard, a junior from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, number 22, Wayne Ellington. And introducing the head coaches for Michigan State in his 14th season for the Spartans, Tom Izzo. And for North Carolina in his 6th season for the Tar Heels, Roy Williams. Good evening, friends, and welcome to tonight's national championship game between the Butler Bulldogs and the Duke Blue Devils. And now let's meet the teams. Riding a 25-game win streak, the smallest school to play in the championship game since tournament expansion in 1985. The hometown favorites from Indianapolis, Indiana. Here are the Butler Bulldogs.
These underdog Bulldogs have traveled from a humble horizon to thrill America with their upstart march to the Final Four.
How about this? Butler again! Indiana, here they come!
Now, in their own backyard, these new Hoosier heroes take aim at a historic homecoming, looking for their own Hollywood ending.
Butler's going on to the national championship game.
We are Butler.
Starting tonight for the Butler University Bulldogs. At forward, a sophomore from Brownsburg, Indiana, number 20, Gordon Hayward. At forward, a junior from Connorsville, Indiana, number 54, Matt Howard. At guard, a sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky, number 1, Shelvin Mack. At guard, a sophomore from Homewood, Alabama, number 5, Ronald Noren. At guard, a senior from Freeport, Illinois, number 21, Willie Veasley. One of the most prestigious programs in the history of college basketball, seeking their 4th national title under the leadership of Coach Mike Krzyzewski, the number 1 seed out of the South region. Let's meet the Duke Blue Devils.
They are a colossus of the college game, led by a coaching legend. Their tradition of success has bloomed in March again. Their championship pedigree back on display for all to see.
And it's Duke's turn to return to the Final Four.
But this powerhouse has only one goal.
You saw Duke at its absolute best.
A 4th national championship.
We are Duke.
Starting tonight for the Duke University Blue Devils, at forward, a junior from Medford, Oregon, number 12, Kyle Singler.
At forward, a senior from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, number 42, Lance Thomas. At center, a senior from Haddonfield, New Jersey, number 55, Brian Zubek. At guard, a senior from Northbrook, Illinois, number 30, John Shire. At guard, a junior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, number 2, Nolan Smith. And introducing the head coaches for Butler in his 3rd season for the Bulldogs, Brad Stevens. And for Duke in his 30th season for the Blue Devils, Mike Krzyzewski. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Houston, and welcome to the 2011 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Tournament National Championship Game. They return to the NCAA title game for the 2nd straight year. Back again, here are the Butler University Bulldogs.
From America's hoops heartland, the relentless Bulldogs have marched back to a 2nd straight championship game. More clutch than Cinderella, these tenacious underdogs are primed for a 2nd chance to shoot for their first national crowd.
Howard tips it over. Mack takes the 3 and nails it. On goes the other side. Van Sant, huge 3. Butler says, let's do it again.
We are Butler.
Starting tonight for the Butler University Bulldogs. At forward, a senior from Connorsville, Indiana, number 54, Matt Howard. At center, a sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 44, Andrew Smith. At guard, a sophomore from Newcastle, Indiana, number 33, Chase Stegall. At guard, a senior from Tampa, Florida, number 2, Sean Van Zant. At guard, a junior from Lexington, Kentucky, number 1, Shelvin Mack. In his 4th season as head coach for the Bulldogs, Brad Stevens. Appearing in their 3rd NCAA tournament final and their 1st since 2004, please welcome the University of Connecticut Huskies.
The top dogs in the Big East, the resilient Huskies, have surged in March, riding an electrifying win streak to this title showdown.
Follow it up, and he's got it. Feet ahead, Smith. Backs to the wall. UConn has done it again.
Paced by their peerless point guard, the new Store Sensations aim to net their veteran coach a 3rd NCAA championship.
We are UConn.
Starting tonight for the University of Connecticut Huskies. At forward, a freshman from Mansfield, Connecticut, number 10, Tyler Olander. At forward, a freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 22, Roscoe Smith. At center, a sophomore from Lowell, Massachusetts, number 34, Alex Oriaki. At guard, a freshman from Norcross, Georgia, number 3, Jeremy Lamb. And at guard, a junior from Bronx, New York, number 15, Kemba Walker. In his 25th season as head coach for the Huskies, Jim Calhoun. It is championship night in New Orleans, and let's meet the teams. They have made their way from Lawrence to their 9th national championship game appearance, seeking their second NCAA title in the past 5 years. Here are the Kansas Jayhawks.
From Naismith to the Miracles, basketball heritage runs deep in Kansas. Now, the Jayhawks tradition continues as new heroes aim at a 4th NCAA crown.
Showing his stuff. Whiffy with the steal.
I love the aggressiveness.
There's a different energy level, no doubt about it.
This is Kansas at its best.
New York, Kansas.
Starting tonight for the Kansas Jayhawks. At forward, a junior from Washington, D.C., number 0, Thomas Robinson. At center, a junior from San Diego, California, number 5, Jeff Whiffy. At guard, a senior from Hoboken, New Jersey, number 10, Tyshawn Taylor. At guard, a junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 15, Elijah Johnson. At guard, a junior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 24, Travis Rutherford. Playing in their 11th national title game, they are looking to bring the NCAA championship trophy back to its old Kentucky home for the first time since 1998. Please welcome from Lexington, the Kentucky Wildcats.
College Hoops' winningest program, with its roster of young stars, needs one more victory tonight to net the Wildcats an 8th NCAA title.
Swatted away. Kid Gilchrist with the spin move. Jones drives. Wow. Oh, again. Put back Davis. Can't stop him.
We are Kentucky.
Starting tonight for the Kentucky Wildcats, at forward, a sophomore from Portland, Oregon, number 3, Terrence Jones. At forward, a freshman from Summerdale, New Jersey, number 14, Michael Kidd Gilchrist. At forward, a freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 23, Anthony Davis. At guard, a sophomore from Queens, New York, number 20, Deron Lamb. Guard, a freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 25, Marcus Teague. And introducing the head coaches for Kansas in his 9th season for the Jayhawks, Bill Self. For Kentucky in his 3rd season for the Wildcats, John Calipari.
Welcome back, friends, to championship night in Atlanta, Georgia, and let's meet the teams. Playing in their first championship game since 1993. Tonight, they are in quest of their 2nd NCAA title since winning it in 1989. From Ann Arbor, here are the Michigan Wolverines.
I play for my teammates.
I play for my family.
I play for all of Michigan's fans.
I play for Michigan.
Hardaway reloads it and hits it. And that was a no-look pass by McGarry.
Are you kidding me? Vince McGarry comes up big.
And the game will end on that dunk right there. Michigan on its way to the championship game.
We are Michigan.
Starting tonight for the Michigan Wolverines. At forward, a freshman from St. John, Indiana, number 1, Glenn Robinson III. At guard, a sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, number 3, Trey Burke. At forward, a freshman from Chesterton, Indiana, number 4, Mitch McGarry. At guard, a junior from Miami, Florida, number 10, Tim Hardaway Jr. At guard, a freshman from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, number 11, Nick Stauskas. And now appearing in their first national title game since 1986, and they are seeking their 3rd NCAA championship. Please welcome the tournament's overall number 1 seed, the Louisville Cardinals.
I play for all our great fans. I play for my grandmother. I play for my teammates.
I play for my family. I play for Louisville.
What a play, flying through the air, put back up and in.
Doing work down in the big boy area.
He is taking over this game. Smith so dangerous.
Captain Peyton Siva.
The Cardinals close big.
We are Louisville.
Starting tonight for the Louisville Cardinals. At guard, a junior from Brooklyn, New York, number 2, Russ Smith. At guard, a senior from Seattle, Washington, number 3, Peyton Siva. At center, a junior from Kabimmer, Senegal, number 10, Gorgui Jang. At forward, a sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 20, Wayne Blackshear. And at forward, a sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 21, Shane Bahanan. Introducing the head coaches for Louisville in his 12th season for the Cardinals, Rick Pitino. And for Michigan in his 6th season for the Wolverines, John Beilein. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to championship night. Making their 12th championship game appearance, they are the winners of 8 national championships. Please welcome the Kentucky Wildcats.
What a play. Kentucky is making a run. Tapped up somehow. How did that happen? Oh, my goodness. It right to him. This is the point where he always hits it. Kentucky has done it again.
We are Kentucky. Let's go, Cats.
Starting tonight for the Kentucky Wildcats. At forward, a freshman from Rochester Hills, Michigan, number 1, James Young.
At guard, a freshman from Richmond, Texas, number 2, Aaron Harrison. At guard, a freshman from Richmond, Texas, number 5, Andrew Harrison. At forward, a freshman from Dallas, Texas, number 30, Julius Randle. At center, a freshman from Brooklyn, New York, number 44, Dakari Johnson. They are the 3-time national champions and are appeaing in their 4th championship game in the last 15 years. Please welcome the Connecticut Huskies.
Here with all the strength I find, there's nothing I can't do.
Here's Daniels, and he's done it again. Wow, did the Huskies catch fire. Napier, what a move. Here they go, both right up ahead. Daniels, no look pass, right on the money. Goodbye, flying high. Wow, UConn, spectacular performance by the Huskies.
We are UConn. Go Huskies. Let's go, UConn, let's go.
Starting tonight for the UConn Huskies. At forward, a sophomore from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, number 0, Philip Nolan. At forward, a junior from Los Angeles, California, number 2, DeAndre Daniels. At forward, a senior from Berlin, Germany, number 5, Niels Giffey. At guard, a junior from Aurora, Illinois, number 11, Ryan Boatwright. At guard, a senior from Roxbury, Massachusetts, number 13, Shabazz Napier. And introducing the head coaches for Kentucky in his 5th season for the Wildcats, John Calipari. For UConn in his 2nd season for the Huskies, Kevin Ollie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to championship night. Making their first championship game appearance since 1941. Let's welcome the Big Ten champion, Wisconsin Badgers.
Pulling all the cards out.
Koenig, an open 3, and it rattles home.
Frank the Tank, delivery.
Nigel Hayes.
He can knock it down from downtown.
Oh, Kaminsky off the glass.
Step back, Jack, and
Jacker hits the 3.
And you talk about big shots.
On Wisconsin to the championship game.
We are Wisconsin. Go Badgers. Yeah.
Starting tonight for the Wisconsin Badgers, at forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Toledo, Ohio, number 10, Nigel Hayes. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, number 15, Sam Decker. At forward, a 7-foot senior from Lisle, Illinois, number 44, Frank Kaminsky. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from La Crosse, Wisconsin, number 24, Bronson Koenig. And at guard, a 6'4" senior from Port Washington, Wisconsin, number 21, Josh Gosser. Appearing in their 11th national championship game tonight, here are the 4-time national champion Duke Blue Devils.
Here comes Duke.
This is where Winslow is dangerous.
Put back in by Okafor.
Look at this.
Right back with it. Over to Winslow and another Duke touchdown.
And here comes Jones, the big fella, large.
Oh, Okafor.
The hammer.
Wow. 20-point Blue Devil victory.
And Duke is in the title game.
We are Duke. Let's get it, squad.
Starting tonight for the Duke Blue Devils, at forward, a 6'6" freshman from Houston, Texas, number 12, Justice Winslow. At center, a 6'11" freshman from Chicago, Illinois, number 15, Jahlil Okafor. At guard, a 6'1" freshman from Apple Valley, Minnesota, number 5, Tyus Jones. At guard, a 6'5" sophomore from DeSoto, Texas, number 13, Matt Jones. And at guard, a 6'2" senior from Washington, D.C., number 2, Quinn Cook. And introducing the head coaches for Wisconsin in his 14th season for the Badgers, Bo Ryan. And for Duke in his 35th season for the Blue Devils, Mike Krzyzewski.
It is championship night in Houston, Texas.
And if you gamble against Villanova, they will make you pay.
Brilliant performance by the Wildcats. North Carolina will be playing in the championship game.
How about the leadership from the bench? These two coaches, just giants.
Unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
North Carolina against Villanova in the championship game. Here we go. What promises to be a special night. Making their third national championship game appearance and first since 1985, here are the Villanova Wildcats.
Being here seems like the perfect moment. It's impossible not to feel the energy. It's everything.
So welcome to the show. Bring on all the lights. Let it shine. Yeah, we're together here tonight. Welcome to my life.
Oh, yes, there he is again. He's unbelievable. Pure zone right now. Villanova's pouring it on.
So welcome to the show.
And a foul. What a look by Arch. Brilliant performance by the Wildcats.
Welcome to the show.
Starting tonight for the Villanova Wildcats. At forward, a 6'6" junior from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, number 2, Chris Jenkins. At forward, a 6'11" senior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 23, Daniel Ochefu. At guard, a 6'5" junior from Silver Spring, Maryland, number 3, Josh Hart. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, number 15, Ryan Archie Diacono. At guard, a 6'2" freshman from Lincolnshire, Illinois, number 1, Jalen Brunson. making their 10th national championship game appearance. They are the 5-time national champions. Here are the North Carolina Tar Heels.
When we step across that line, it's got to be all business. Let's just make sure when we come back in the locker room, don't have anything left and no regrets.
Starting tonight for the North Carolina Tar Heels. At forward, a 6'10" junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 3, Kennedy Meeks. At forward, a 6'10" senior from Orangeburg, South Carolina, number 11, Bryce Johnson. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Tomball, Texas, number 44, Justin Jackson. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Apopka, Florida, number 2, Joel Berry II. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Marion, Iowa, number 5, Marcus Page. And introducing the head coaches for Villanova in his 15th season for the Wildcats, coaching in his 32nd NCAA tournament game, Jay Wright. For North Carolina in his 13th season for the Tar Heels and coaching his 94th NCAA tournament game, Roy Williams. Welcome back to the national championship game, and here we go. Let's meet the teams entering tonight's game with a record of 37 wins and only 1 loss. And playing in their first national championship game, here are the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Oh, look at Collins bringing right down. Matthews, oh boy. Williams, Goss, another three.
Just sensational attack in the rim.
Gonzaga is going to be playing for the national championship.
Gonzaga, go Zags!
Starting tonight for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Memphis, Tennessee, number 3, Jonathan Williams. At center, a 7'1" senior from Turin, Poland, number 24, Szymek Karnowski. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Los Angeles, California, number 4, Jordan Matthews. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Happy Valley, Oregon, number 5, Nigel Williams Goss. And at guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Park Hill, Colorado, number 13, Josh Perkins. And making their 11th national championship game appearance, winners of 5 national championships, here are the North Carolina Tar Heels. They are the 5-time national champions. Oh, wow! Followed up again, it's Meeks.
How about that? North Carolina getting it done like they've done it all season long. We are Carolina. Go here.
Starting tonight for the North Carolina Tar Heels. At forward, a 6'10 senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 3, Kennedy Meeks. At forward, a 6'9 senior from Oxford, North Carolina, number 4, Isaiah Hicks. At forward, a 6'8 junior from Tomball, Texas, number 44, Justin Jackson. At guard, a 6'6 junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 1, Theo Pinson. And at guard, a 6-foot junior from Apopka, Florida, number 2, Joel Berry II. And introducing the head coaches for Gonzaga in his 18th season for the Bulldogs and coaching at his 44th NCAA tournament game, Mark Few. And for North Carolina in his 14th season for the Tar Heels and coaching in his 100th NCAA tournament game, Roy Williams. Welcome to San Antonio and the 2018 National Championship game.
Here's Matthews. It is his night. Robinson, there it is. Here's Wagner from outside, and that's a big moment for Michigan. Brunson, oh, we know he's feeling it now. Wow. Look at Spellman. Bring it on, my fella. Haskell. What a killer. Michael Jordan. Leitner puts it up.
Entering tonight on a 14-game winning streak in search of the second national championship in school history. Here are the Michigan Wolverines.
Michigan, the maize and blue is all set. Rockmont. Oh, they've really taken over now. Robinson. There it is. Michigan playing inspired basketball. He is fired up again. Matthews.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
You just get locked in the moment.
Let's go do what we do.
Starting tonight for the Michigan Wolverines. At forward, a 6'7 freshman from Kalamazoo, Michigan, number 4, Isaiah Livers. At forward, a 6'11 junior from Berlin, Germany, number 13, Mo Wagner. At guard, a 6'6 sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 1, Charles Matthews. Guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Lima, Ohio, number 3, Xavier Simpson. And at guard, a 6'4 senior from Allentown, Pennsylvania, number 12, Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman. They are a 2-time national champion, appearing in the title game for the second time in 3 years. Here are the Villanova Wildcats.
Villanova. They just play hard. That's what the Cats are all about. Brunson. Oh, you know he's feeling it now. Wow. Oh, Pascal. Raining threes. Villanova continues to dominate.
Running out to that court one more time. It's an unreal feeling. This is it.
A virtuoso Villanova performance.
Starting tonight for the Villanova Wildcats. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Dobbs Ferry, New York, number 4, Eric Paschal. At forward, a 6'9" freshman from Cleveland, Ohio, number 14, Omari Spellman. At forward, a 6'7" junior from Malvern, Pennsylvania, number 25, Mikal Bridges. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Lincolnshire, Illinois, number 1, Jalen Brunson. And at guard, a 6'3" junior from Baltimore, Maryland, number 5, Phil Booth. And introducing the head coaches for Michigan in his 11th season for the Wolverines, John Beilein. And for Villanova in his 17th season for the Wildcats, Jay Wright. Welcome to the 2019 National Championship game. Playing in the national championship game for the first time in school history, here are the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
The Red Raiders out of Lubbock, Texas, looking for more.
Let's go!
This is our year.
Mooney again. Oh boy.
How about this?
Going all the way.
Culver got the separation. Oh, big shot. Stepping up big time. Dagger. Culver.
Long live the Matador.
Texas Tech will be playing for the national championship.
Impressive performance indeed.
We are Texas Tech!
Starting tonight for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. At forward, a 6'11" senior from Odenton, Maryland, number 11, Tariq Owens. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Wakanda, Illinois, number 13, Matt Mooney. At guard, a 6'5" sophomore from Lubbock, Texas, number 23, Jared Culver. At guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Bologna, Italy, number 25, Davide Moretti. And at center, a 6'9" senior from Fort Worth, Texas, number 32,
Norins Odiase. Looking for their first national championship in school history. Here are the Virginia Cavaliers.
We are Virginia.
So here we go. Oh, we got tonight. Great reaction by the big guy.
Let's go.
Send it in, Jerome.
Here it is. Come on, Virginia.
Hold on. We got a foul call.
This is our time. Ray, UVA.
Virginia is heading to its first ever national championship game appearance.
Unbelievable ending.
How great is college basketball?
We've been spoiled.
Starting tonight for the Virginia Cavaliers. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Guinea, Africa, number 25, Mamadi Diakite. At guard, a 5'9" freshman from Woodland Hills, California, number 0, Kihei Clark. At guard, a 6'2" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 5, Kyle Guy. At guard, a 6'5" junior from New Rochelle, New York, number 11, Ty Jerome. And at guard, a 6'7" sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 12, DeAndre Hunter. And introducing the head coaches for Texas Tech. His 3rd season for the Red Raiders, his 12th NCAA tournament game, Chris Beard. And for Virginia, his 10th season for the Cavaliers, his 24th NCAA tournament game, Tony Bennett. Welcome to the 2021 National Championship game. Playing in the National Championship game for the first time since 1948, here are the Baylor Bears.
Welcome to the show. Woo! Here we go.
And it's Butler again. He's everywhere.
Let's bring it home. Baylor's back, baby. Time is now. It's game time. Game time. Game time.
That's as impressive as it gets. Baylor advances to the championship game.
We playing one there, baby. Yeah, I came here to win.
Starting tonight for Baylor University. At forward, a 6'10" junior from Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo, number 0, Flo Thamba. At forward, a 6'5" senior from Lake Charles, Louisiana, number 11, Mark Vital. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Reserve, Louisiana, number 12, Jared Butler. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 31, Maceo Teague. And at guard, a 6'2" junior from Hinesville, Georgia, number 45, Davion Mitchell. Looking for their first national championship in school history. Here are the Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Game time. Let's do this.
This is Gonzaga basketball right here.
Bring it home.
Suggs for the win. Oh, yes. Unbelievable. The perfect season remains on go.
There are onions, Jim, and then there are nature. Onions with a kiss.
Oh, my goodness. One of the great games in Final Four history. Starting tonight for Gonzaga. At forward, a 6'10 sophomore from Richardson, Texas. Number 2, Drew Timme. At forward, a 6'7 senior from Edmonds, Washington. Number 24, Corey Kispert. At guard, a 6'4 freshman from West St. Paul, Minnesota, number 1, Jalen Suggs. At guard, a 6'5 junior from Aurora, Ontario, number 3, Andrew Nembhard. And at guard, a 6'5 junior from Bordeaux, France, number 11, Joel Ayayi. And introducing the head coaches for Baylor in his 18th season for the Bears, coaching his 25th NCAA tournament game, Scott Drew. For Gonzaga in his 22nd season for the Bulldogs, coaching his 57th NCAA tournament game, Mark Few. Welcome to New Orleans and the 2022 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship game. Playing in the national championship game for the 3rd time in the last 6 NCAA tournaments and seeking their 7th title in school history. Let's meet the North Carolina Tar Heels.
This Carolina team is dangerous.
On my heart in your hands, and your hands on my chest, in my chest there's a breath, it's the breath that you take away. Shut up the lights, don't leave up the dice.
Manic, beard and all.
Oh my goodness.
Top of the key. Big time delivery.
The fairy tale ride for the Tar Heels continues.
Starting tonight for the North Carolina Tar Heels. At forward, a 6'8 senior from Concord, North Carolina, number 1, Leaky Black. At forward, a 6'9 graduate from Hera, Oklahoma, number 45, Brady Manick. At center, a 6'10 junior from Richmond, Virginia, number 5, Armando Bacot. At guard, a 6'4 sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri, number 2, Caleb Love. And at guard, a 6' sophomore from White Plains, New York, number 4, R.J. Davis. Appearing in the title game for the 10th time in school history and seeking their 4th national championship. Here are the Kansas Jayhawks.
The Jayhawks starting to feel it, looking every bit the part of the number 1 seed.
I've been waiting for a lifetime for you.
There's nothing like the madness.
Brown knows it. That's the shot. He's done it again.
Left my tears on the bed.
starting tonight for the Kansas Jayhawks. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Denton, Texas, number 10, Jalen Wilson. At forward, a 6'10" senior from Norfolk, Virginia, number 33, David McCormick. At guard, a 6'7" junior from Burlington, Kansas, number 2, Christian Brown. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Columbia, Missouri, number 3, DeJuan Harris, Jr. And at guard, a 6'5" senior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 30, Ochai Agbaji. And introducing the head coaches for North Carolina in his first season for the Tar Heels and coaching his 6th March Madness game, Hubert Davis. And for Kansas in his 19th season for the Jayhawks, coaching his 76th March Madness game, Bill Self.
We're back here in Houston. San Diego State, which has won its last 2 games by a single point, and UConn making it here with 5 straight double-digit victories. We're going to go inside now for the lineups. Welcome to Houston, and hello, friends. The 2023 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship game. Let's meet the teams. Playing in the national championship game for the first time in school history, let's meet the San Diego State Aztecs.
Go Aztecs! Tonight's the night.
Bring it home.
You can't stop us. Let's go!
Bradley,
He's got another one. Wow, knocking him down.
all the way back from 14 down.
Middle of the line.
It's Butler. He's got to put it up.
And he wins it. A San Diego State miracle.
Starting tonight for the San Diego State Aztecs. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Oakland, California, number 0, Keyshawn Johnson. At forward, a 6'10" senior from Accra, Ghana, number 31, Nathan Mensah. At guard, a 6'2" junior from Moreno Valley, California, number 5, Lamont Butler. At guard, a 5'10" senior from Marin City, California, number 12, Darion Trammell. And at guard, a 6'4" senior from San Bernardino, California, number 20, Matt Bradley. Appearing in the title game for the 5th time in school history and seeking their 5th national championship, here are the UConn Huskies.
This is our night. Let's go. Let's go, Husky Nation.
Let's go! Swatted away by Sanogo. Calcaterra with the 3. Elevation. Jackson in. Oh, my goodness. Jackson. Back outside. Wow. Caravan. Wow. Langan says no. Wow.
Starting tonight for the UConn Huskies. At forward, a 6'8" freshman from Southborough, Massachusetts, number 11, Alex Caravan. At forward, a 6'9" junior from Bamako, Mali, number 21, Adama Sanogo. At guard, a 6'5" senior from El Paso, Texas, number 2, Tristan Newton. At guard, a 6'5" sophomore from Gaithersburg, Maryland, number 24, Jordan Hawkins. And at guard, a 6'6" junior from Amsterdam, New York, number 44, Andre Jackson Jr. And introducing the head coaches for San Diego State in his 6th season for the Aztecs, Brian Dutcher. For UConn in his 5th season for the Huskies, Dan Hurley.
Welcome to Phoenix for the 2024 Final Four. Making their third Final Four appearance, winners out of the Midwest region, the Purdue Boilermakers.
Purdue in pursuit of a championship. The next stop on the Purdue Redemption Tour.
They say success is the best revenge. Heard they were sleeping again, saying no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war.
Denied by Mount Edie. Jones, cold-blooded 3. Lawyer, bottoms, banger after banger. The Boilermakers are a freight train. Try to stop them.
They thought they knew what we had in our hearts. That's what we do.
Starting tonight for the Purdue Boilermakers, at forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Sellersburg, Indiana, number 4, Trey Kaufman-Rad. At center, a 7'4" senior from Toronto, Ontario, number 15, Zach Edey. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 2, Fletcher Lawyer. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore from Westfield, Indiana, number 3, Braden Smith. At guard, a 6'1" senior from Evanston, Illinois, number 55, Lance Jones. And now making their 7th Final Four appearance, winners out of the East region, the UConn Huskies.
I believe when it's all meant to be. All roads lead to sweet destiny.
The Huskies will play for the national championship again. Upstairs, Castle going to the sky for the jam. Spencer, the jumper is pure.
Now shine on, cause we made from the start.
Kling Kong comes through again. Caravan, yes sir! UConn is a machine. Highlight after highlight for the Huskies.
Starting tonight for the UConn Huskies. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Southborough, Massachusetts, number 11, Alex Caravan. At center, a 7'2" sophomore from Bristol, Connecticut, number 32, Donovan Klingan. At guard, a 6'5" graduate student from El Paso, Texas, number 2, Tristan Newton. At guard, a 6'6" freshman from Covington, Georgia, number 5, Stephon Castle. At guard, a 6'4" graduate student from Davidsonville, Maryland, number 12, Cab Spencer. And introducing the head coaches for Purdue in his 19th season for the Boilermakers and coaching his 38th March Madness game, Matt Painter. For UConn in his 6th season for the Huskies and coaching his 18th March Madness game, Dan Hurley.
Welcome to San Antonio for the 2025 NCAA Men's Final Four. Making their 6th Final Four appearance, winners out of the West region, the Florida Gators.
Here we go like this. We are Florida.
Florida, the 1 seed.
We are Florida.
In the West.
A lot of people picking them to win it all.
Florida, this team is red hot. The Gators, one of the best in the country.
Let's go. Let's go. Florida ready.
Poultry in motion from Walter Clayton Jr. Martin. Oh! Martin with a signature slam. Chop this one up for the Gators.
Just go win it now. Your money right.
And the Gators will be looking for now is a championship.
Starting tonight for the Florida Gators. At forward, a 6'11" sophomore from Perth, Australia, number 21, Alex Condon. At center, a 6'10" sophomore from Enwugu, Agidi, Nigeria, number 9, Ruben Chinyelu. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Lake Wales, Florida, number 1, Walter Clayton Jr. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Fairburn, Georgia, number 5, Will Richard. And at guard, a 6'2" graduate student from Summit, Mississippi, number 15, Elijah Martin. Making their 7th Final Four appearance, winners out of the Midwest region, the Houston Cougars.
Houston, the number 1 seed in the Midwest, and the Cougars fans are in a frenzy.
We are Houston. Go Cougars!
And Houston is in the driver's seat.
You do your work when nobody's around, so you'll be prepared for the moments when everybody's around.
Spin out. Drop step and strong move as he throws it down hard.
This turnabout is absolutely extraordinary.
Houston, wow. And the Cougars win. The dream remains alive.
I love you a lot more with that national championship.
Yeah. Don't sleep on Houston.
Starting tonight for the Houston Cougars. At forward, a 6'8" sophomore from Monroe, Louisiana, number 11, Joseph Tugler. At forward, a 6'8" graduate student from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, number 13, Jawan Roberts. At guard, a 6'1" graduate student from Katy, Texas, number 4, L.J. Pryor. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 7, Milos Uzan. And at guard, a 6'3" junior from Tampa, Florida, number 21, Emmanuel Sharp. And introducing the head coaches, For Florida, in his 3rd season for the Gators and coaching his 8th March Madness game, Todd Golden. For Houston, in his 11th season for the Cougars and coaching his 51st March Madness game, Kelvin Sampson.